On this channel, we like to focus on the Giga Chad moves, the big brain things you can do on your motorcycle. But today, we are unfortunately talking about shrimp brain, small dick maneuvers, excuse making, copiums, cope. Logan, can you define a cope for us?
Yeah, for me, I just always think of it's a highly exaggerated excuse, right? Like justifying why you suck at riding or why your bike is slow.
Yeah, mental gymnastics, excuses, those are the sort of things we're talking about to use internet parlance today. It's a cope. And the first one that I can think of, let's just start it off strong today. CF Moto ownership, writ large. Now, it is no surprise, it should come as no shock. We have very publicly stated on this channel, we don't with CF Moto anymore. And I just hear from the owners, it's like every time I see content about CF Moto, it always starts with like, well, okay, but like, you know, I understand that they did a bait and switch thing, or like, the 800 NK like has cruise control and blah, blah, blah. Like I feel like so much cope built into buying a CF Moto.
Completely. Logan. It's like you show up to the CF Moto dealership with your notepad, like talking with the salesman, I'm like, okay, so when my buddy says I could have bought a Honda, what do I say? And then the salesman's like, okay, that startup sequence of the LED lights, you know, or the cruise control, or that amazing value from these ultra low prices, you know? And for me, it's just, it always comes across as someone that knows they could have and should have done better.
Yeah, I think CF Moto ownership is actually indicative of the lack of shame in our culture, the lack of due diligence, the lack of, you know, morals even, one would say.
Nihilism.
Cultural nihilism is leading people to buying CF Motos. This is all a bit facetious, okay? Bear with us here. I do think that the bait and switch thing they did with the subscription model was not cool, and that's why we personally don't promote them here. It blew up a lot, both on YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, that thing I made where I was like, hey, we're just not promoting. I did not think it was going to go that hard. CF Moto's app thing, the other cope I hear is people say, but they're not doing it in the US. Think internationally, folks. Think globally. Come on, think about the poor in Portugal who's having to pay for the subscription now. Come on, folks. And I just think that CF Moto people have like features fetish.
Yeah,
it's like they're just like the lights and the startup and the cruise control and this and that. I'm like, that doesn't make a good motorcycle. And if you're already, as you said, like primed and ready to tell people like, oh, dude, I wanted the Honda, but like the CF Moto was like so cheap. Copium. Cope behavior, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like if you want to pay 70% of the asking price compared to another Japanese bike, just expect you're going to get 70% of the motorcycle and just live with it.
I thought you were going to say just buy a used Japanese bike.
I mean, that's obviously, that's the Giga Chad move, but you know, I'm trying to speak a language the CF Moto people can understand.
Oh, right. Ni hao, bing chillin'. That's ice cream in Chinese. John Cena taught me that
He had his last match on Saturday.
Did he really?
Yeah, I watched it during karaoke.
Moving on.
So this one always comes from some guy, some Kyle with a 636 out in Iowa or rural Illinois somewhere, and he says, bro, my bike can gap supercars.
Yes, yes. My clapped out salvage title Gixxer is gonna spank your McLaren. And it's like, what fantasy land are we living in?
Right.
You know, if that is true, which, hey, maybe it is, right? You look at the power to weight figures, you do all that. What sort of shower thought dreamland scenario are you living in that you're like, you're on the highway, a McLaren pulls up, you're on your Gixxer, and he honks the 3 horns, and he's like, you wanna go with me, bro? And you just walk him. What are we talking about?
Right.
What are we talking about?
I'm convinced people are seeing videos, because I've seen a video or two like that, like on Instagram or YouTube Shorts. I'm pretty sure it's fake. Like, I'm pretty sure they know the person in the car.
Yeah,
and
right?
it's all set up. Like this sort of
on.
like moment of like two people colliding. There's the story arcs overlapping to this.
It's very cinematic.
Ultimate moment. Just doesn't exist. Every time I see a supercar, which is relatively often here in Austin, it's parked in front of a restaurant somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not like drag racing somebody.
No, or it's like cruising down the road, probably going to like Lime Creek to like post at the car park or whatever. This is also like, not to be a dick, but like a guy who owns a McLaren probably does not run in the same circles as a guy who owns a clapped out salvage title Gixxer. We were talking about this, like, where are these worlds colliding? Like, is it like at a late night, like, bike car meetup? Like, it just, I don't really see these two worlds colliding.
Right.
So a lot of this I think is, again, copium, fantasy land, like weird excuse making. Like, if you have a clapped out Gixxer, just enjoy your clapped out Gixxer. You don't have to tell us it's faster than a McLaren. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I hate to burst your bubble.
Yeah, it's someone that's seen too many movies, right?
Too many movies, yeah.
People are, coalescing beneath a highway overpass with the neon lights of the city behind them, and it's 3 a.m. and they're racing for pinks or something. Yeah, it's like that doesn't happen. That doesn't exist.
No.
I don't know what Fantasyland these Gixxer riders think they're operating.
I don't know. I think owning a Gixxer puts you in some sort of like catatonic Fantasyland state, though.
Are we going to talk about that later in the video?
I think we might talk about that later. Just one last thing on this. They're called piss missiles for a reason. They don't have a very high standing in the automotive motorcycle world. You know, it's like, okay, you bought a $5,000 piss missile. That's cool. So yeah, definitely a copium. Next up, an all-time classic. You hear this a lot. My bike has character. Logan, I only hear this from people who own pieces of shit. You know, bikes that are leaking oil, rattling, doing weird stuff, and instead of you just being like, damn, this bike's kind of a piece of shit, and just owning it and just liking it for being a pile of crap, you have to say, no, it's character, it has charm, it has quality. Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, it has bad character.
Yeah,
it sucks.
It sucks. Old. Yeah, and that's okay. You own a crappy old bike. I had a Ducati Scrambler, it was a crappy bike. It's okay. Just call it what it is. You don't have to call it character. You don't have to dress it up. You don't have to say that the rust is patina, right? It can just, be a crap bike. That's okay. You don't have to make excuses for it. I think that the crappier the bike is, sometimes the more fun stories you can have with it. I think it's okay.
That's fair.
Yeah. Like, what do you think about your Sportster vis-a-vis the character? I feel like you hear this a lot with like Sportster people.
Yeah, I mean, it's got character. Is it particularly fun to ride? Not really, Like, it looks cool. I like looking at it. I like watching it rumble. I ride it once every 2 or 3 months these days, so
yeah, I was actually surprised at how infrequently you do ride it.
It's not that fun to ride.
He literally owns the bike, and he's saying that. So I don't
it's
know.
nice to look at. It sounds cool. It's got character.
It's got character, though.
But that means it sucks to ride.
Again, you're going to see a theme here. It's said by people who feel like they kind of need to explain why they own something or what's up with it or something like that. If you like the bike, you like the bike. You don't have to explain to us why you like it. So my bike has character. Copium for sure.
So sort of on the same note of a bike having character, something you say a lot of old timers, they don't make them like they used to. And to that I say, for good reason. Things are good now.
Yeah, things have gotten better and safer and nicer to own and ride. This is always said by like some guy who has like a 2005 Bandit that he has not ridden a new motorcycle since the Bush administration. And he's like, look at all these crappy little parallel twins. My bike's amazing. And I'm like, brother, have you ridden a new motorcycle literally in the last 2 decades? They're so much better. We have literally done this. We did this video where we did Ducati 916 versus brand new Panigale V2. Yes, the 916 is charming and, has character. Has character, right?
It took us 20 minutes to turn it on.
Yeah, it took us 20 minutes to turn it on. And I literally went like back to back. I pulled up to the side of the road, jumped on the new V2, and I was like, I cannot believe how much nicer this bike is. Like, yeah, it's different. It's a little bigger and, whatever, but like, it's just objectively better. Yeah, thank God they don't make them like they used to.
Yeah,
I would be really upset if we were still paying these new bike prices and they made them like they used to. That would suck. Right. Imagine you're paying 15 grand for a bike and it's like a Ducati 916.
Yeah. Some people are paying more than 15 grand for a Ducati 916, but I understand the merit of what you're saying.
Right, but that's like people who value the experience, collectors, I'm talking about like a brand new motorcycle. And I think that, I love the progress of bikes and I love that things are improving and getting better and safer and I think there virtually is no merit to they don't make them like they used to.
Yeah. I think it's very much, embedded in sort of the general psychology of people that get older and they don't understand the world around them and they get scared, like they're going to be left behind, right?
That's me. That's happening currently.
No, I mean, I can think it's like the same way, like I love 2000s stuff. 2000s motorcycles, 2000s cars, 2000s music, movies, the whole thing. I love it. Is it objectively better than things that, not necessarily, some things certainly, but like we were doing a lot of dumb, weird stuff, dressing like ridiculous.
Yeah, Jinko jeans.
Yeah, weird reality shows, Von Dutch hats. Like, I'm not gonna say it's objectively better.
It takes me back.
I just like it.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
It is okay. Yeah.
But yeah, don't make them like they used to. Definitely an old timer cope.
Old timer cope. Yep. Logan, I'm so excited to talk about this next one. I'm so thrilled. The next cope on the list is my 180-degree parallel twin. Sounds awesome with a pipe. Bro, my Ninja 400 sounds mean when I put that pipe on it. I just have one word to say. Yuck. Ew. No. It's okay. Parallel twins sound terrible. And because you put a pipe on it, all you've done is increase the volume of the terrible sound. You haven't changed it. You didn't make it better. You literally just made it louder. This is a strange hill to die on.
Yeah, my favorite part of like the 180-degree exhaust community, because yeah, I mean, this cope goes back like nearly decades at this point.
For sure.
And you can pull up forum posts of people like cross-shopping different slip-ons for their Ninja 300. It's like, bro, they're all gonna sound relatively the same and not that good, you know?
Not that good, yeah.
Or even better, people who can think they can distinguish between one company's 180-degree parallel twin and another.
Yes, that one bothers me. People say, oh, like, dude, the R3's parallel twin sounds amazing compared to the Ninja's parallel twin. Like, they all sound like shit. It's okay. I had a Ninja 400 race bike. It was the most, like, it sounded horrendous. We had a Chinesium exhaust on it, straight piped. It just needed to go fast on track. That's it. It did not make a good sound doing it. I just have to believe that these are people that, you know, it's like, it's their first bike. They're excited about it. That's great. That's awesome. But just, you'll see in a few years, you upgrade to something else or something different, something with character, or something perhaps older that they didn't make them like they used to, and has like a proper inline 4 or triple or parallel twin sound or V-twin sound, and you're like, oh wow, I was really stupid for saying.
Yeah, I mean, this cope is like the apex of enamoration with your first bike and the lack of confidence because it's your first bike. And they just like peak in this one place. It's like you love it a lot, but you also are deeply insecure about it and your ability or whatever.
If it's like your first bike, you have some Ninja 650 or whatever, it's not even meant to like be some fire breathing thing that sounds awesome. It doesn't sound awesome, and that's okay. Just
it's getting you out there.
Getting you out there, right? The theme of today's video is just accept it. Accept it, embrace it. Don't tell us that it sounds amazing. Nobody's buying it, dude. No, who's buying that at a bike night or like, you know, you're online, you're being like, bro, my Ninja 500, I put a pipe on it, sounds amazing. Nobody believes you.
We're always talking about different motorcycles here on the channel. One of the things we like to talk about is what type of value a motorcycle provides. And through this, talking about hundreds of different motorcycles, we've concluded Suzuki's are the cheapest, right?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what everyone says
That's
online.
what everyone says, that Suzukis are cheap. And man, the value is there, you know? Wow, good value.
But I mean, except for like the 8S platform, those are, you know, those are market price. They're, you know, even the Hornet's a little bit cheaper than the 8S. So.
Yeah, and except for the double T and low T versions that are $2,000 more than the GSX 8S for seemingly no reason.
Right. Or the DRZ 4S that's cost about twice as what a KTM 390 would cost.
Brother, you're getting twice the bike though. Hand built in Japan. Hand built in Japan. Suzuki quality and reliability.
Gixxer 600 costs what, $13,000? That's a good deal, right?
Hey, those ZX6s are blowing up all over the place.
That's true.
Gixxer 600 stock going way up, baby.
Right.
Yeah, so I think much like CF Moto, I think Suzuki ownership in general is a bit of a cope, right? Like, I mean, just look at that banter back and forth. I've heard that before. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. You do have to justify a little bit of the Suzuki ownership because yeah, like the DRZ4, it's almost like they're f***ing with you at this point. They're just like, how much will these idiots pay for like an old DRZ? Like, how much will they pay? 10,000? Yeah, they'll do it.
Right.
And you guys do it. I'm like, what are you doing? Don't do that. But you know, again, in a world where Cowies are blowing up and KTMs, maybe I do get a Suzuki. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, reliability, no one's questioning that.
No, bulletproof. I have to say, Suzukis will run forever. Yeah.
But in terms of value, I think it's very much a you get what you pay for sort of thing. Some of their older models are pretty cheap, you know, if you want to go super cheap, GSX-S 750.
Oh man.
You could probably find one used for like $6,000 and it makes like 90 horsepower or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably buy it at a dealership for like out the door brand new for like $7,000. They're like, somebody wants to buy this. That's amazing.
Right. They got to get the hog blaster and blow the dust off it.
Yeah, they're like, oh man, it's a 2018 model that never sold. Let's get her out of here.
Yeah, but I think the blanket statement of like, Suzukis are so cheap. Like, I get one because it's cheap. It's like, yeah, it's cheap compared to like a Ducati.
Yeah.
But it's not cheap really.
But again, Suzuki people live in a parallel dimension to all of us. They're off somewhere else in the distance, having fantasy land scenarios where their Gixxers beating super bikes.
I thought you were gonna say out in the distance having gays.
They are doing that too. Yeah, but yeah, I think Suzuki being cheap, definitely a cope, and yeah, it definitely deserves to go on the board. Anything else to say about it, Logan? Any other jabs you want to do to Suzuki people?
Not anything that's safe for work or safe for YouTube.
That's true. Moving on. If you've been thinking about becoming a member on yammynoob.co, now is the best time to do it. We've started new Discord-only micro giveaways. Every other week, I'm gonna be giving away to someone on Discord some tires, gloves, helmets, jackets, boots, anything I can think of that would help them on their motorcycle ride. If you're interested in winning consistent fun prizes, head over to yammynoob.co and become a member today. Of course, the best prize of all is winning a giveaway motorcycle. December 26th is the very last day you have to get in to win this bike. So head over to the website, become a member, and join and have some fun on the server. Now let's get back to the show. All right, this next one we hear a lot actually from CF Moto people, sometimes adventure riders, and hell, even Harley riders sometimes,
Yeah.
Logan. My bike is heavy, but it has a low center of gravity. It has a low center of gravity. Guess what? It doesn't matter where that weight is placed, your bike's still heavy as fuck.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. And there are lighter, better handling bikes because lightness makes everything better on a motorcycle, especially for you adventure riders out there. I see a lot of BMW GS owners. They'll be like, oh,
Carries its weight so well.
carries its weight well. Brother, it's 550 pounds of bike going on a trail. That's never gonna be a good time. That's not a good situation.
It's like guys with huge beer belly copes. And I've had varying stages of beer belly. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to think I carried the weight pretty well.
You carried the weight well, low down. Yeah, what is the beer belly guy cope? What do they say?
Oh, it's just like men are supposed to take up space, or like today's
husky.
Today's men are little beta twinks. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get that a lot, yeah, because I'm relatively in shape and just like a normal average guy. They're like, oh, look at old noodle arms, tiny twink beta guy over there, and I'm just like a regular adult male, but that's fine.
Exactly.
Yeah, but this is also the contrast to that is like women who see like an off-season bodybuilder and they're like, oh, I love dad bod, and it's like, whoa, hold on, that's definitely not dad bod. That guy's shredded.
What
He's
dad
just
are you looking at? Yeah.
that guy can bench 400 pounds, so he's not an average dad. It's a weird one.
It's still weight, right?
It's still weight. It's still heavy.
The enemy of performance.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. Weight is the enemy of performance.
All right, we see this one a lot again with pretty much every type of rider. Sportster owners, DRZ owners, KLR owners, even R9 owners.
Yep.
It's a great bike once you mod it. Can't keep it stock, you gotta mod it, bro.
Gotta mod it, bro. Yeah, I can't ride it stock, bro. If you're reviewing it stock, you're doing it all wrong. I hate to break it to you. If you gotta do like 10 different things to your bike to make it good, it's not a good bike. I felt this whenever we had the R9 and the Panigale this year, where everyone kept telling me like, you gotta do this, that, and this to the R9. I'm like, the Ducati just does all that. The V2 it just is good. You just buy it and it's good. It's kind of annoying to have to do a bunch of stuff after you bought a motorcycle.
Yeah, I think there's certain modifications that, every motorcycle could benefit from, new tires.
Or like ergonomic fit stuff. If like you just don't fit on the bike that well, you just want like wider handlebars or different rear sets, like just more comfort mods, like that's fine. But yeah, like if the performance of the bike is bad out of the box and you have to do all this stuff, and like the DRZs is like the 3x3 mod and this and then that. There's so much you have to do.
It's like if the mod that is essential immediately voids the warranty, that's like a massive L, right? That's like a misstep from manufacturing down to consumers. We've all convinced ourselves it's normal and okay to do this stuff.
No, this
I think
sucks.
like the KLR is obviously a classic example. It's like, oh, if you do the doohickey mod and the thermal bob mod, it'll last 150,000 miles. It's like, what if I don't do those?
Yeah.
Like then they're gonna last 10,000 miles? I don't really, and they've been making this bike for forever. Why didn't they figure that out?
Yeah, the KLR one is crazy. That's a very specific but very real cope. Yeah, it's like you gotta, like I've seen the videos of how you have to do these mods. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me.
You gotta take like the whole...
You gotta take the whole thing apart. And I'm like, are you crazy? Like, it's a brand new bike. You gotta do all this stuff. And you're like, yeah, it's a great bike. I'm like, that bike sucks. Like, why is that great? That's not great.
And I think it's it's the expression like give a penny, ask for a dime or something, where it's like Kawasaki just got used to KLR owners being so down to do these mods, to accept it as normal. They're like, well, we're never gonna fix it if everyone's gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
For free.
And this goes back to the CF Moto thing, where like the reason we didn't want to do the bait and switch thing and like continue covering is because like I don't want to see companies pushing consumers to that point. I think it's frustrating when companies feel like they can just keep around and you'll just keep taking it. Don't take it. Don't take it. Do something. Don't buy the product. No, they screwed us over, but it's fine. Like, I think Tesla people are the worst about this. Sure. My God, dude. Like, do you know about the Roadster, the deposits that people did? So like,
no, I don't think so.
Really quick tangent. It's related to this, I promise. The Tesla Roadster, they had a non-refundable $250,000 deposit for this car, like 10 years ago. Never delivered it. And now that they're like, Elon, could I please get the Tesla Roadster, please? He's like, we'll see, I don't care, whatever. Just being abused by these corporations.
Yeah, and
abused and just taking it. Don't take it.
Despicable.
Don't take it.
Makes me sick.
It makes me just sick. So yeah, this whole idea of you have to mod it, you have to do this, you have to do that, total copium. All right, this next one's an all-time classic. It's the phrase, I'm sure you've heard it, it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. And this definitely is copium because everybody knows fast bike fast is best. You recently ran into this with the Triumph Scrambler 400XC. Where it just like wouldn't get out of its own way in traffic.
Yeah, I mean, I was genuinely having a terrible time. Like, it was putting me in a bad mood, which rarely happens when it comes to motorcycles.
On two wheels should be fun, yeah.
And it's like, I was trying to pass, just like an old vintage big boat car. I don't know what it was. Something very old though, and presumably slow. And I was hitting the rev limiter, just trying to get past it. And I was having a very bad time. And it just made me realize, that was the slowest bike I've ridden in a while. And that's coming from a Sportster owner, kind of a wild statement to make.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sucks. I don't like this at all.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there is, to me, like a bottom limit of like what I'm willing to accept in slowness. I think my limit was found with the Janus, where I was like, this is absurd. This is absurd. Yeah. And I'm not saying that every bike needs to be super fast and this and that. What I'm saying is I think that there's a certain time where the bike is so slow that it's not fun anymore. Yeah. And it is not fun to ride it fast, quote unquote. And I will say this too, a slow bike has much lower performance ceilings than a fast bike. So you could be riding the fast bike slow, but you're probably going faster than the slow bike, right? This is often something I hear a lot with like track day guys too. They're like, I'm riding my Ninja 400 on the outside of like the 600s and the 1000s. I'm like, okay, that just means you spend a lot of time on track. That's great for you. It's like small dick energy for a small dick object. And it's like kind of like a weird thing. Cause like you do small dick energy with like a big PP truck or like a leader bike and you're like, yeah, I'm awesome. And you're like, okay, we get it. It's weird to do it when you have the little thing too. It's like, what is going on?
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's just the nature of copium, right? Like
I guess
it doesn't make very much sense when you think about it, but yeah, the mental yarns people are willing to spin to justify their decisions or their actions.
Yeah, lots of mental gymnastics. And yeah, I think my last point on this is, fast bike fast is best. Slow bike fast can be fun. And yeah, we were talking about this, like riding a leader bike and stopping O traffic. Yeah, nobody wants to do that. That's horrendous. But highway on-ramp comes up. Yeah. I'd rather be on the leader bike.
Slow bike fast and fast bike slow aren't the only two options that exist. Right. That's what gets me. I'm like, this is an extreme oversimplification. It's like, why don't we have a mediumly fast bike at a medium pace, right?
You know what? I think that's my favorite. Honestly, like
kind of a Goldilocks situation.
Pretty fast bike at pretty fast pace. A lot of fun. Yeah, I like it. So yeah, slow bike fast, copium.
All right, something tells me you're gonna have a lot to say about this one. It's a race bike for the street. See it a lot. Someone goes and gets a brand new leader bike, maybe an S1000 RR or an R1. You're like, bro, it's like literally a race bike. It's not literally a race bike.
No, it turns out there's actually quite a bit you have to do to have a race bike. So yeah, I've built 2 race bikes at this point, and the way they feel versus a stock bike is very, very far apart. You know, stock bikes are soft, they're easygoing. Even leader bikes, they're actually pretty soft for road use. To get them to like proper race prepped point, it's a totally different animal. And yeah, like I think manufacturers have done a good job of like homologated bikes have a lot of that motorsports energy and feeling like, you open up the throttle on like a V4 or an R1, you're like, wow, like it feels like a race bike, but you're very far off from a race bike. But power-wise, they're actually pretty close. So this is like a halfway copium, I think, because if you do hit the throttle on a brand new leader, you're gonna go in outer space, those things are fast.
Yeah, definitely pretty fast. I think it's sort of, when we come back to weight is the enemy of performance and all the things that a street bike needs for DOT compliance and ease of use and average rideability and things like that. It's a pretty big delta to it. It's like that's why World Superbike teams have these big budgets to modify the bikes to make them actual race bikes. Yeah, I think it's they've got aspirational dreams.
Yes.
They see themselves as that racer, even though they're just going to Starbucks, as the memes say.
Yeah. The other one on top of that is people say like, oh, it's like MotoGP for the street. It sounds like a MotoGP bike. I'm like, it doesn't. And that's okay. Still sounds pretty wicked. Like a Ducati V4, 16,000 RPM. Always sounds good. Always sounds wicked, but not quite a MotoGP bike. So yeah, definitely a cope for sure. And the last cope of the day, a pretty track-specific one, so count yourself lucky if you made it all the way to the end of the video. It's, bro, I need better suspension, dude. Like, oh, like I could do that lap time. The bike just feels off, Logan. Like if I just dial in a little more compression and rebound, I'm just gonna get this thing dialed in and then I'm gonna go really fast. You suck at riding. It's skill issue. That's the only thing that is wrong. It doesn't matter how much twiddling you do with the compression and the rebound. If you don't know how to take the lines, if you don't know how to brake or use the throttle, it's never gonna matter. I always see this with B group guys. Like guys who just bumped up from novice, they're like, oh, dude, like I got the bump, bro. I got the bump. Like they're pregnant or something. I got my baby bump, bro. And they just moved up to the intermediate group and they're like, you know, objectively still rather slow in the grand scheme of things. And they say, I gotta get suspension, man. I gotta drop in Öhlins. I gotta do this. All you gotta do is get your preload correct, and then that's it.
And then get good.
Get good. Just ride around. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just seat time and get good. I have seen people do insane things with completely stock motorcycles. You do not need all that nonsense.
I mean, you can see this across every sort of like 30-year-old and plus male hobby, right? Of people trying to, you know, buy their gains.
That's so true. Yeah, you see this a lot with like, I feel like the worst is like camera people. They're like, oh, I need this like $5,000 camera and this $8,000 lens or whatever to like take this foot. I'm like, you actually don't need any of that.
Yeah. I mean, the thing that's been grinding my gears lately is I've been seeing it in like cycling a lot in Austin. These, guys. It's like, if you just like did it more, you'd be stronger. Like, why are you spending all this money to like be aerodynamic or have like carbon wheels, or it's like just
trying to cheat because they're like, I'm not gonna get my watts up, so I'm just gonna cheat by aero, and then I'll go faster. And they're
sometimes faster on the flats, but then we hit the climbs, and then I'm passing them.
Baby. Yeah, Logan's a beast. He's a beast on the bicycle. Watch out if you're in Austin on your local cycling trail. Logan's just gonna blitz right by you, obliterate you.
Only if you're like a middle-aged man that rides like once a month. That seems to be the person with the really expensive bike that rides once a month. That's who I go for.
Yeah, just eviscerate them on the bike trail. Yeah, I love that. So yeah, you don't need suspension. Stop saying this. It's absurd. It's copium. Just get good, get faster. Literally, I take so many stock street bikes to the track to test for the giveaway thing, and I'm obliterating people left and right because I'm so amazing, I'm so fast. Everyone's an idiot except me, Logan. Everyone's a slug except me. So yeah. You need better suspension? No, you don't. Just get good. Folks, that wraps up the copiums of this episode, and this is the last whiteboard video of the year. If you've enjoyed this format and want to see more of it, somebody said Beavis and Butthead on the last one, which is actually pretty funny. Thank you for leaving that. So if you want to see more of Beavis and Butthead and whiteboard, leave us a comment down below. I really do appreciate it. We'll catch you guys in the next year. See you later.